Welcome, viewers of the world. Today I am recording from my bedroom. It is currently March the 2nd, 2014. I'm going to start a new little series called World News. I know this is not the best thing. I don't have an intro, outro, all this fancy smash. I don't have info in front of me. I'm just, until this series grows, if this series is popular, if it doesn't, I'm just going to continue making videos, as in just me just recording myself, just speaking out what's happening. But if it does get popular, maybe start making an intro, maybe start actually showing the documents, showing that. Anyway, I'm Justin Cates. For putting out these videos, I might be put on the government watch list, but I've been posting anti-government stuff for maybe 2 years now, ever since, I started, getting social media about 2-3 years ago. I'm 14, pretty young, but I'm pretty intelligent. If the school isn't here to brainwash me, if the school's main job is to brainwash me, which it is, they've been doing a horrible job. So anyway, today, we're gonna, there's gonna be a thing, every week on a Saturday, on Sunday, we will record a video on, what would happen if all this, we go a video on Saturday if there's nothing breaking news, but this is breaking news, and I just started to do this series, so there's gonna be 2 news articles, the biggest things, and there's gonna be at least 3 things. The next thing, so the first thing I want to talk about that I think is actually way more important than us. So the 2 topics we're going to talk about today are, 1, gun confiscation. It is now officially clear, we're wondering what they're confiscating guns, where? They're confiscating guns in Connecticut, and what separates this from New York, it's becoming another New York, Detroit's completely banned, and DC too, but all those tiny little, socialist states, those little cities where all the, ghetto people hang out, vote 5 times on welfare, right? They are, those are anti-gun places, and Connecticut, the entire state. So what happened is Connecticut, on January 1st, the law came in place, and they sent a letter out saying, we want, the law has passed, and the law is, any gun that shoots more than 10 rounds is illegal. Now, you have to give it out to the state, sell it out to another state that allows those types of guns, or you have to, allow, people, or you have to, just make it, unfeasible to, maybe just destroy the magazine to make it unusable. So, Connecticut, being the strong state it is, many thousands, tens of thousands of gun owners in the Connecticut state, came and said, no, we're not gonna give up our rights to the Second Amendment. We're not going to come and give up our guns just so you force us to. It's like you're telling the boss to do something. We the people are the boss of the government, and the government has no right at all to do anything. As George Washington said, the government is a fire. It's useful, but it could also be dangerous. You have to keep the fire at a limited, and not. But if you keep it limited, it will keep you warm. You could cook meat. You could do good stuff with fire. But fire, if you get it too big, the fire is the government, by the way. If you get it too big, it'll burn your house down. It might burn you. It'll burn everything. And so you have to keep government at a limited. And so there's the government's only there to pay taxes, collect my taxes. That's the only thing they're there for. To collect my taxes at a reasonable price, so they could do their duties, pay for military, just to, if a foreign nation fights us. That's why the second thing is something I strongly go against. But the first thing is gun confiscation. So anyway, that's the law. And so the tens of thousands of gun owners said, no, we're not going to give up. So on February, they said, hey, we recognize you didn't turn it in. You have to turn it in, or you'll face felony charges. And right now, the Supreme Court has not decided that it's not. It's right now hasn't decided yet. But here's what happened. See, now why do I say gun confiscation? Isn't this just another little liberal paradise socialist thing? Well, no. Now, this happened about a day or two ago, about 5 days ago. They sent another letter. People sent out letters saying, hey, you socialists, you tyrants, we are not going to give up our guns. It's going to mean you're going to be facing armed people. They said, you know what? And the government said, well, if you're not, we're doing it. And it's right now so a moment of crisis. We don't know what's happening next. I will update you as soon as I figure out, okay? But what the worst possible option is them sending squad-style raids on law-abiding citizens. And they could just say, hey, what the hell, let's just give ourselves a warrant. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to give themselves a warrant because they feel they have the right to invade property just because of the law. They obviously think any law that they think the Constitution limits our rights. You know, the government's rights to fuck us all. And so they put some laws that are apparently ahead of the Constitution that doesn't fuck them, but they fuck the citizens. So, we have to face the what will happen in Connecticut? Will gun owners come together? Will they not, or will they get their guns out that they have not given to the government? Will they come together in groups? Will they come and make a militia and fight off the squat raids? Will they fight it? Will they come together as the true Americans they are? Now, I'm not promoting violence, but seems like they're not giving in. They're not repealing the thing because no one's agreeing to it. 90%, only 10% of people turning their firearms. 90% didn't. And instead of repealing it, they're saying, no, we're gonna face felony charges. Oh wait, you're not turning it in? We're gonna force you. We're gonna do somehow. And the only way they could do that now without them forcing is taking them by force. So there's gonna be bloodshed. Hopefully not, but this just looks like it's coming into. But the best case scenario is that they don't they say, you know what, Americans are Americans. They don't tolerate our bullshit, and we're going to give them we're going to repeal this dumbass law that we passed. All right, and if that happens, then yippee for Connecticut. Connecticut becomes a free state, a state of freedom with guns, of course. So what will happen? I'll see you in the next video. But now, second. Now the second issue is the Ukraine. Alright, so the Ukraine is a mixed up thing. People are brainwashing you into thinking, I can see this all over. They're like, Russia is invading Ukraine and destroying everyone. Wait, is that actually what's happening? Is that, because what last time, let me look up. Alright, so let me get the information in front of me. Now, you see, the Ukraine is not getting invaded. Why is it a scandal? Because, as you know, the Ukraine has been under violence for the past 3 months. And just now they established a new government, and it looks like the Ukraine is splitting apart. So, what will exactly, happen? Will, and so there's this tiny little part of Ukraine that's part of Ukraine, but it's sort of like a sovereign nation in a bit way. But it's still like part of Russia, part of Ukraine. So what happened was Russia put troops there. I forgot the name. Let me look up. It was like Cretan. I know. What was it? This little piece of land, and they put soldiers there, and they just deployed it everywhere. And everyone, and hold up. Let me research Russia. Let me just look up. Say Russia invades eastern Ukraine, because if you don't know, eastern Ukraine. Let me look up. You see, let's see. Alright, let's see. let's see, 3 hours ago, Western leaders scramble to respond to Russians' incursion. Well, okay, let me read you this article that I found. And Ukraine said they're going to go to war. Ukraine, I believe, overreacted, saying, "Oh, we put troops in a nation that's not even us. It's not. They don't even have a government. It's like overthrown. They put in like a puppet government. It's not really a country anymore." So what I believe in my thing, what's happening? Oh, Crimea. Crimea is where. So Western leaders on Sunday scrambled to defuse the crisis in Ukraine as the nation's new government placed its military on high alert after about 6,000 Russian troops poured into the Crimea Peninsula, taking it over. Well, basically you could say taking it over, but it's now part, because that's where they put their fleet, that's where they put everything. The response was seen in phone calls between world leaders, statements of protests, and threats of diplomatic and economic pressure against Russia. The groups of 7 nations, including the United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and Britain, said Sunday night that they're suspending participation in the upcoming economic summit scheduled to be held in Shanghai, the recent site of the Winter Olympics, in protest of Russia's actions. Alright, well, we're taking a bit too far. We're apparently being douches about this. Just because they moved into Crimea doesn't mean they're gonna go invade. If they do invade, then I could see where they're going. But so far, Crimea is part of Russia. I mean, technically now, apparently. And so, what's the best case scenario in this? Well, the best worst case scenario is Russia invades Eastern Europe. In response to this, Ukraine goes to war, and under some treaties, the United States has to get involved. Russia goes with probably China, North Korea, and Iran. Probably just because Iran and North Korea want to have some fun in this, most likely, but I don't know about China, but probably what's going to happen. And then World War III starts. Just a worst case scenario, but a worst case scenario might be that Ukraine goes to war with Russia, to be more, precise, like more real. But World War III might be a worst case scenario. And what's the best case scenario? What I think might happen is the Eastern Ukraine is going to succeed. I think Ukraine might be splitting. What's going to happen is that Crimea is going to become part of Russia, and then slowly over time, as part of Eastern Ukraine, slowly becomes more Russian, using Russian passports, for example. And then what's going to happen is just going to slowly succeed into Russia, and the western part is going to succeed into the European Union, and it's going to be probably split. Or the two countries are just going to split into two different nations. Will we see two nations? Maybe not. Or maybe yes. Who knows? Let me finish the article. Hold up. Let me read up. We call on Russia to address any ongoing security or human rights concern that it has with Ukraine through direct negotiations and or via international observation or mediation under the auspices of the UN. The G7 said in a statement released by the White House. Earlier Sunday, President Obama spoke with British Prime Minister, Polish President, and German Chancellor, and the 4 leaders expressed their grave concern over Russia's clear violation of Ukrainian sovereignty and territorial integrity, the White House said. The leaders pledged to work together on a package of financial assistance to Ukraine, which is nearly bankrupt. Also on Sunday, Secretary of State John Kerry said he would be visiting Kiev on Tuesday in show of support for the nation's new, let's load down, for nation's probably new government. Well, anyway, what's happening is Russia is getting kicked in the ass, but as we're pussies, and I actually agree. I don't actually know why Republicans I don't want to be party but as I've seen in Republican posts, they said, "Oh, look, Obama's a pussy. He can't go to war." But then on the same page, they're like, "Oh no, he wants to go to war with Syria." Like, what do you want him to do? Like I don't like Obama at all. He's horrible. But what are you gonna make Obama do? What is Obama? I think if you want to make him equal, he might as well just boycott whatever he was doing. But I think we're overreacting. I mean, they're not clearly invading. It's like it's kind of hypocrite of us. We invade every country on Earth. No one gives a fuck. Russia invades a small piece of land that they basically already own. Nothing happens. No, sorry. A lot of things happen. Everyone gets mad. apparently America's a global police state, and they get to invade anyone they want, anywhere, anytime, and Russia can't. Obviously, I don't want any war, no violence at all, but again, violence might happen. What will happen? Will Russia nuke everyone? Will America nuke everyone? Will the German Chancellor seek revenge on Obama for spying? I don't know. That just came up in my head. Just because I don't know. I've never seen, like, they... never mind. Never mind. Okay. So, basically, I hope for the best. Hopefully, the gun confiscation will go down peacefully without any guns being banned. And hopefully, the Ukraine crisis goes through with Russia... with America, just everything returning back to normal, hopefully, and, all that. I'm Just a Kate. I'm signing out. This is your global news.